possible at this point. 7-7 beginning the fourth. 3rd and 4. Ravens bring some pressure. It's picked up and down the middle. The catch is made by Deontay Johnson and will not catch him. Pittsburgh takes the lead. 71-yard strike. I swear I was just thinking, whichever offense can make an electric big play in these conditions is going to win the game, and it's the Steelers who take the lead here. First play of the final quarter.
And partly because there's some new players on the back end for Baltimore. It's a fantastic job by Mason Rudolph, using his eyes, adjusting, hanging in the pocket pays off. And an absolute strike to Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson, the complimentary receiver most of the year, has been the main guy today. It's his 4th catch.
Pat Freiermuth is going to come and sit up right here. Now watch as this safety drifts. Mason Rudolph is going to do a fantastic job with his eyes, peeking downfield, and then here comes Deontay Johnson on that wrap-in route. The double team to Freiermuth, ball comes out in stride. Outstanding job.
And see, that's a veteran safety there. That's Marcus Williams, who knows better than this. You know right here, look, that safety, the tight end is underneath Patrick Queen. He doesn't go over top of him. He's underneath him. You don't need to even look at it. Just keep getting depth. Just keep getting depth. And Rocky Scene has played a lot of football too. So even though there's some new players in the secondary, those two guys right there, you can't have that kind of bust. You just can't have it. You can't have it. But credit the Steelers, because that is a throw and a strike right down the gun barrel.
And there's hanging in that pocket for Mason Rudolph. I also think this, quarter change, drive football, so you know you have a good chance to get a grip on it. They realize sideline-wise how big of a play that is. Now their defense gets to hunt.
Meanwhile, for the Ravens, longest play they have allowed this season, that's 71 yards. This is an offense that had that long touchdown drive early in the game featuring Harris in the ground game, had done almost nothing, a couple of turnovers, serious problems protecting the passer, and then boom, one play to begin the fourth quarter.
Why do all 3 of those defenders just converge?
Yeah, that's just poor eyes. Look, that's look, a lot of times you guys on offense, you rely on defensive players looking at you and going where you want them to go, instead of knowing how to play to the integrity of the defense. There's no reason for Marcus Williams to stutter his feet and kind of motor it down when Pat Freiermuth hadn't gotten on top of Patrick.
So you're saying Freiermuth going underneath the linebacker says stay high.
Exactly. You just forget him. The only time you even concern yourself with him is when he gets high on him and gets over the top of him.
Meanwhile, on the PHC, there was a penalty, unnecessary roughness on Justin Madubuike, so Pittsburgh kicking off from the 50 and we're into the end zone. Laura, it's a lot going on down there.
There absolutely is, and the Steelers are going to be without T.J. Watt for the remainder of this game. He is out due to a knee injury. As we showed you, he was able to walk off the field on his own power. He's still in the locker room, has yet to reemerge. As you guys know well, he's the heartbeat of this defense, the leader of this team. We'll keep an eye on whether or not he returns at least to the sideline.
It's a 300-pounder. Of course, the teammate Adams who landed and knocked into that left knee of one accidentally. And now Tyler Huntley will have to answer. Ravens find themselves down 7 again. And a first down run by Gordon for 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice way to start now. Look, now you're in 2nd and 4. Now you've got really your whole playbook open to you, right? And I still continue to believe that they have to start doing some of the same things that Pittsburgh did just right there, right? They're still attacking the middle of the field with that in-breaker. Don't try to throw the football deep and outside here. Work the middle of the field. That's where they're most vulnerable. Attack that area.
And again, a reminder that Odell Beckham Jr. and Zay Flowers, the electric rookie, down today. So Huntley understandably struggling with the pass game. I mean, John Harbaugh said even Lamar might struggle a bit if you took those 2 receivers out of it. And of course, you don't have Mark Andrews. And
dynamic pass-catching weapons. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Zay Flowers is going to be the first receiver in the history of the NFL to lead his team in receptions as a #1 seed. That tells you the impact of him. Marcus Golden on that last play coming downhill, attacking the mesh point. Lewis, I agree. You're trying to create matchups here. Right now, you're anticipating man coverage from Pittsburgh, crossing routes.
On 3rd and 6, a completion, and just backing his way for the first time is Aguilar. He's very close.
There it is, right? So there they ran a little bit of zone coverage. He just finds the little spot right here in this curl area, right at the top of the numbers. And you're just going to see him just sit it down and just throw it and catch it. Now look at how they're shuttling their linebackers in and out of here. Miles Jack comes in on passing downs. When it's running downs, it's Michael Walker and Landon Roberts. Now is the time, right now, when you have the guys who are more run-oriented linebackers, throw it in the middle of the field. Now's the time.
And they give it to Edwards, or Melvin Gordon, I should say. First down. Gordon hasn't seen much action since that fumble early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, ball security being at such a premium here, you just kind of hold your breath and hope Melvin is able to run the football with great fundamentals. And you see, we had a quick flash there of Larry Ogunjobi, number 99, who made the tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defensive tackle. He has been fantastic over the past couple of weeks. He is an absolute playmaker up front and does a lot of the dirty work.
Huntley flips it to Hill. And Justice Hill forced out nicely by Levi Wallace, who's stepping up into a bigger role today.
Yeah, really good job by Levi Wallace. Vision on the quarterback. If I'm Pittsburgh here, I'm playing man coverage. I'm playing man coverage. They've done so many moments today, Lewis, where they bring an off-ball linebacker and then they drop out a defensive end. I want Alex Highsmith as a pass rusher. I want Herbig as a pass rusher. You're going to see them walk people up into the line of scrimmage, play man coverage, and see if you can create those one-on-ones. Look at all these bodies at the line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Herbig is in the game. You see him right here rushing from the defensive left.
3rd and 6. Once again, it's Aguilar. They try to find him over the middle, and he's had back-to-back third down catches. They move the ball near midfield.
And there it is. There's the inbreaker right in front of Miles Jack. You see him just run it. You see Miles Jack kind of buzz out to that hook curl area, and he overruns it. I mean, these are just the kind of things like I just wouldn't. You see Jack right here. I would.
He bobbled the ball, collected it just as Peterson was closing in on him.
I would throw the football there exclusively.
Huntley steps up, and ball is rejected. Just batted down to the line of scrimmage by big Montravius Adams.
Does it look like a hold at left tackle? I mean, it certainly felt like Highsmith is running the hump. Watch left tackler McCary.
Keeps his hand up.
I don't think he's got
collar.
That's close. That is close. You see the back. You see the hand on the back. He had some.
It just felt like he had that hand inside that collar there as well.
I mean, it's such a subjective call sometimes with these refs. I mean, it looks obvious to us. They don't call.
Then they pitch it to the edge. Aguilar and I escape. Brought down for a short gain by Roberts. Again, another 3rd and long.
I'll tell you, Alex Highsmith got shot out of the cannon on that one. I thought he had jumped the snap. I thought they were going to call him for offsides. But yeah, again, 3rd and long. It's funny, like they have success throwing the football and trying to attack these second-level defenders. Then they go away from it. I would expect that they try and go again to that area of the field here again.
The last 2 third down throws have been to slot receivers. Lewis has talked about it all evening with the middle of the field. I don't want to see zone coverage from Pittsburgh.
It's Aguilar motioning into the slot, running him right across the middle. They take a look that way, but instead had to pitch it downfield, and it bounces short in front of Wallace.
Looked like there might have been a little bit of contact there.
It's a great job. They play man coverage. They create some one-on-ones, pass rush, and then they force a throw. Watch this loop around. Watch that pass rush game.
Armand Watts pressuring the quarterback right there.
That's fantastic. Play man coverage, force tight throws in bad weather.
High punt. Fielded inside the 10. Austin. Can he get around the corner? He does. Makes the cut. And big return out across the 40-yard line. The spark provided a 33-yard return by Calvin Austin.
Scoring drive, and we at least have a chance to get in. We do our part.
Jets, the last team to come back on Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter last year. See if they can just lean on the running game here. That's Warren, a nice gain and a first down.
You see Jalen Warren there as he immediately gets the ball. He does what we call cross cover. Basically, 2 points of the football are in each palm and both hands overlap. This is very good. See, rip at the ball. See that cross cover. Ooh.
Yeah.
He better be cross covering.
They almost crossed him up and got that thing on the ground. I really do like the change of pace that he brings. And look, he's not little. He's 215 pounds. I like that they brought in some speed now.
Give it to him again. Has to bounce it and is smacked hard. It's Trent Simpson, the linebacker, who met him at the line of scrimmage. They even say the ball came out. You know they're going to be attacking it, ripping at it every single play.
No doubt, and he has had some issues with ball security in this game.
Still no signal of a turnover, and it is Pittsburgh football.
But look, I can totally understand why Mike Tomlin wants Jalen Warren in the game. And you see him right here spinning and fighting for extra contact. That ball is out. I mean, obviously.
Wow, I mean, definitely is loose. Very, very fortunate to retain possession. Could have fumbled on back-to-back carry. Look at that ball. Still hasn't hit the ground. It just a bunch of bodies there.
I mean, he has 23 rushes of over 20-plus yards. I mean, he is an explosive guy, but you got to be able to secure the football.
Harris is back in there on this 3rd and 5. Rudolph from the pocket flips it to him. Najee will be dropped for a loss. Simpson back-to-back. Nice plays, and the Ravens defense does their job and gets off the field.
The young rookie Trenton Simpson again just playing with really nice vision. When work goes away from you, you're going to see Trenton Simpson right here. Just watch. Crosser goes away, eyes get back. He sees Najee leak out of the backfield and start to cross, and then you just break downhill on it. That's just great discipline on the part of the young rookie.
Ravens defense without Geno Stone and Phillips, who are both questionable to return, getting the job done, and that punt will carry into the end zone. What can the Ravens do to create kind of big play that the Steelers came up with?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go with some no huddle, some tempo to try to create some energy for their offense, keep a personnel grouping on the field from the Pittsburgh defense.
Again, it's a run to Edwards. It does. Move to 6. Lost the football. Pittsburgh's got it. The ball comes loose. It was punched out. And John Harbaugh's team loses the ball again. This will be their second turnover. Keanu Benton, the rookie from Wisconsin, who's really been emerging. They say he's got a monster future in the middle. Got the football.
And it looks like Eric Rowe is the guy that comes in and punches that football out. Another example of a deliberate punch. Just talked about some of the experience on this defense.
Rowe, who left the game, they were checking out his neck. He was questionable return. Gets back in there. Marcus Golden comes away with the football there.
Okay, nobody has played as big as Eric Rowe over the past 2 weeks. This is a guy, you see it right there. Boom, there it is. I mean, Eric Rowe is a former corner, big corner, who has now made the successful transition to safety. He can switch back and forth between positions. I mean, he has been big for them. A lot of tackles last week.
If you're a defensive player now in the NFL, get in the boxing gym. Right? Practice your punching skills.
I'm telling you,
that really be effective.
It's Peanut Tillman, man. Charles Tillman was the guy that really originated it, and it has shown up 5, 6, 7 times.
I was about to say, hasn't it been like 4 or 5 times? Yeah, I mean, it's been a bunch.
The Steelers now midway in the quarter, up a touchdown, can just about put the Ravens away. Harris rumbling downhill, picks up 9.
That's been the best run for them today. That has been their best run when they go underneath center and they bring a tight end from backside. They cut the line of scrimmage. Everybody from the right side collapses down. It's an inside-out blocks. Hayward leads up, and Najee Harris has got great vision on this offensive line. Lewis started the game talking about that unit. Can feel how close they are to kind of making today's game matter.
And you see how Big Boy's shoulders never got parallel to the line of scrimmage. It was this downhill. That's Najee Harris. Let him roll downhill.
That was his 20th carry today. He's number 21.
There it is.
Downhill again after a sidestep. A low tackle doesn't bring him down. In fact, they never do bring him down. They just blow the whistle. He's lifted up off the run.
It's the same play the other side. 3 tight ends on the field, 13 personnel. It's the same exact play. Now watch Hayward come from the right side of the formation. This is called split flow zone. Everybody zones from one side, and a guy comes across the other side. You're creating angles and leverage for your offense. And those 3 tight end package run game is rolling for Pittsburgh.
It's funny, that zone, and everybody calls it a little bit there. I remember all the way back in the early 2010s, Philadelphia Eagles, Andy Reid used to call that zone back. They used to call that block a back block, where he came back across the formation.
Steelers let the game clock, the play clock wind all the way down and spent a timeout then. Back in 15 seconds after word from T-Mobile.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I'll be sharing pics from the swell.
You do not want to see yourself skiing. You look like a marshmallow.
Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
Pittsburgh offensive line has gotten fired up. Najee Harris has got a smile on his face.
Hey,
he saw the weather and he woke up with a smile. This has been his kind of day, running the ball.
Where he said like 20, 25 carries.
Yep.
He's at 22 right now.
Tomlin's got a smile on his face.
A big offense. This is Steeler football. This is the way they want it.
They got their rivals on the ropes. Give it to him again. Harris driving, moving the pile, just dragging folks for about 5 more.
You see there, big number 78, James Daniels, who's playing some of his very best football since they got him on this football team a couple years ago. Mason Cole, Broderick Jones.
Talked about some milestones in this game. Harris, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. The first Steeler to do that in his first 3 seasons. He's set a career high for touchdowns in a season with number 8 here today.
That's spectacular. And he's kind of had a year that he needed, a little bit of a bounce-back year. And what you're seeing right now, Pittsburgh letting the clock run down as late as possible, burning as much time as they can.
Now George is one-on-one up top.
Harris has got it again. Another milestone for him. He never had back-to-back 100-yard games until right now. And now the Ravens spend a timeout here.
You have that feeling.
Verge of going down 2 scores.
As good as this run game is going right now, and it is rolling. George Pickens right there after that run play.
Right?
He's just sitting there like, hey, I'm one-on-one finally. Throw me the ball.
I think this is one of those moments where if you're Pittsburgh, you're sitting there going,
look at Rudolph talking to him.
You know, like as much as you've run the football well here, you think, let's just hand it off and it's going well, but listen, if you're going to play the guy one-on-one, you sit there and go, man, we got to give him an up. I think they lean into running the football still here.
Hey, some things though, look, I promise he went back to Mason and said, hey, do you see that look?
Yeah.
You see what they did to me? Like, let's just keep that in our bank.
He's been a good sport. I mean, some of you question his attitude. His life as a football player, he's never had a game where he hasn't been targeted. I'm sure it's never happened.
That's a great point.
Yep.
But he's still engaged. I wouldn't bet against another handoff, though. Well, Rudolph on the run will do an extended handoff to Harris, who makes the catch and is knocked out. It'll be 1st and goal.
And you know what they were thinking? They were thinking, hey, Baltimore's going to be thinking the same thing, especially with the personnel we just brought in, the wide receivers we brought in. It's probably a run personnel grouping. We get him out on the perimeter.
We call this roll pass. You're just trying to get the quarterback out on the perimeter, get the defense, like Lewis is talking about, take 1 step inside and outflank them. Get Najee Harris just 1 step out in front of the linebacker. Right here, if I was Pittsburgh offensively, and they're going to play 14, George Pickens one-on-one, I'm going to take a shot.
He's in it. He's in one-on-one right now. He's one-on-one right now.
Harris again slips as he tried to make a cut. Just getting that 1st and goal inside the 10 is kind of a worst case for the Ravens. They have spent 1 timeout. They can only stop it twice more, and the Steelers can just grind this down and and kick a chip shot if they want to.
Yep, and you see right there the slip by Najee Harris on a bad field. The rule is you can't change direction trying to cut on your inside foot. You're going to go down every time.
Here's the thing. You're one touchdown away from making sure that you got a chance. I'm going to say it again. If number 14, George Pickens, is one-on-one, I'm throwing the jump ball.
He's talking to him.
There he is.
He's talking to him pre-snap. There it is.
Rudolph instead feeds Harris. I'm just intrigued by this subplay. Are they going to get him a touch and a target against the single coverage he's waited about 3 hours for?
Yeah, he's probably sitting there thinking, what do I got to do?
What do I got to do to just get one shot? But they've done a great job of being disciplined. They have. They've taken time off the clock. They've pounded the rock. They've forced Baltimore to use some timeouts. Like the philosophical aspect of it, I do appreciate the discipline out of Pittsburgh.
And what do all offenses damn want to do down here inside the red area, especially the low red area? Run the football.
Yep.
And they are trying to impose their will and lean on this unit that has carried them here over the past 2 weeks, the offensive line.
And the team that says they relish the challenge of coming in here to Baltimore. They actually enjoy playing in this hostile house. Is on the verge of making it 7 out of 8 against the Ravens. Harris and Warren both in the game now. 3rd and goal. They put it on the end around, and the big man is stopped by Simpson. Warren that time had nowhere to go. And now comes the field goal team.
That's 2 big plays by Trenton Simpson now where you're starting to see him grow up right before your eyes. You see him there at the end of the line of scrimmage. Just watch it. Watch the vision here. Get straight upfield. Don't let him outflank you. Don't let that jet sweep, that motion catch you off guard. That's smart football.
Great play by Trenton Simpson. Sometimes offensive coaches just get too cute. You run right at this defense this whole drive.
And then you try and go left.
Yeah, just continue to allow that inside unit to dominate the line of scrimmage.
You know, I mean, Calvin Austin has burned people on that before. He probably figures it was the time, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
Ultra reliable Chris Boswell. Only missed 2 all year. 25-yarder to make this a 10-point game. Final 3.5 minutes.
Correction on the game clock. Set to 3:17.
Take 2 seconds off before we boot it.
And you just heard Mike Tomlin. You saw him voice no timeout. So as much as we wanted a shot to Pickens or something, they went on a drive. They took, 4 minutes off of the clock, and you wasted all 3 timeouts for Baltimore. That is a good, efficient drive.
That's perfect for Pittsburgh. Ends in only 3, but they take about 4.5 minutes off the clock. Taking 9 plays to go just 25 yards. Now here are the 3 touchdowns scored. Najee Harris capping off a 76-yard early drive by the Steelers. Baltimore's only touchdown. Nice play over the middle, and diving for the end zone is Isaiah Likely. And then what was going to be the decisive play in this game, barring a huge comeback, Deontay Johnson, first play, final quarter, gets loose.
Big play, a needed play. And you got to credit Pittsburgh. You got to credit Mason Rudolph. Very clear understanding of what the mission was for them today. And it's not done. 3:13 left, but hang in, make some plays. They've done that. And now if their defense finds a way to get one more stop, they become huge Miami Dolphins and Tennessee Titan fans.
You know what you like to see right there? You see the interaction right there between Mason Rudolph and George Pickens. George is going, hey, look, I may not have gotten mine today, but we're hopefully going to get this win. And you see him there. You see his interaction on the sideline. The maturation process continues. What a fantastic talent. Mike Tomlin 100% behind the development of this young man. That's just good to see.
And we expected the Ravens offense to struggle without Thomas, and they have. 5 second-half possessions, 4 punts, and a fumble. You know, Tomlin wasn't sure what he was going to do if they get the win and watch these games where he didn't have a plan. But I'll tell you, even though Sean McDermott, Buffalo's head coach, is his college roommate, he's pulling hard against the old roommate. He needs the Dolphins to kind of come back to life Shorthanded as they are, and knock off the Bills, or have the Jags stumble in Tennessee.
If they can hang on, the fact that he has led this team to a 10-7 record, regardless of what happens, is another notch in the belt of why and how he is a tremendous head coach.
Still
never had a losing season.
It's incredible, Chris. It's incredible what he's done. And when you listen to the players, talk about the fact that he always knows how to push the right buttons, that says it all right there.
And Hill, finally a chance to flash his speed, takes the short pass and races out near midfield. Serious urgency now for the Ravens.
I like where they're attacking. We've been talking about it here in the second half. Just throw the football over the middle. Just continue to dial up combinations in the middle of the field between the numbers for Huntley. That's where his accuracy is the best.
Work the middle again. Catch is made by Kohler.
And if you're Pittsburgh defensively without timeouts, you're okay with some of these short completions. The biggest thing, you're trying to allow the clock to run down.
Huntley on the move and will take a short gain. Is knocked out of bounds right near the marker by Benton. Be just short.
You see big Keanu Benton. You mentioned him earlier, Chris. We talked about how much Mike Tomlin likes him. Big man running out there chasing Huntley down. That is a lot of man right there. That's 309 pounds. Mike Tomlin says he has nothing but upside, all the upside in the world.
I take it back. They did spot the ball for first down yardage at the 42.
So far, the patience for Huntley has gotten him here. That needs to be at the forefront of his mind. You're going to get soft coverage. Just get completions out of your hand. You're going to have the 2-minute warning after that, so as many yards as you can get.
I thought they'd spotted it short. Now, they did move the sticks for first down. Now they've changed their mind. We're going to move this ball back. It'll be 3rd and 1. Replay assisting there.
If it's 3rd and 1, if I'm Baltimore, I'm running the football here. You got the 2-minute warning coming. Getting a first down is as important as that 8 seconds. I would run the ball.
They're out of timeouts, having to spend them on defense. The throw forward and 3rd down, and it's incomplete. Hill was turned around off his hands, and now it's 4th.
He had Charlie Kohler wide open. He looked right at him.
Patience, patience, and patience.
He looked right at him and didn't throw it to him.
I said it last play. I'd say it this one. Because of the 2-minute warning and the 2:03, I would run the football. You know the clock is going to get stopped. If you're Pittsburgh, naturally you think come after him, but I would probably give up the first down in lieu of the clock and no explosives.
Yeah.
Now, if the Steelers can prevent the Ravens from converting here, that'll secure their 10th win. Huntley able to scramble and dodge a tackler and dive forward for a first down. It's a first down at the 26-yard line. Can't stop the clock.
It's really important here for him to remain patient. I know the clock seems like it's going down so quickly. Get out of bounds if you're a pass catcher.
And they work the middle. No chance to get out of bounds as Wallace will again get a first down to the 15 as the clock runs.
Yeah. I like this. Call plays. Don't clock the football to at least under 1 minute.
Huntley again on the move, scanning, taking a lot of time, and he'll be tackled inside the 10. Trying to get his breath back and get some urgency here as the clock moves under a minute. Again on the move. Working the edge and lobs it over the head of Treadwell. Taking a lot of time in the last couple of plays. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, so it's really important offensively for Tyler Huntley right now. A couple things. Short completion, something short of that first down stick, it's a waste. That clock is the most important thing. So if you don't have something that's a clear first down, throw it away and know you have a field goal already in your back pocket, so the onside kick at least becomes an option.
I agree. The fact that it's a 2-score game does change the thinking here and sort of limits your options.
You know what I'm saying?
They haven't taken a shot at the end zone yet.
Yeah, you'd love one here. You can't hold it. You can't take a sack because the time. Again, if you've got a very clear, I've got that first down completion, get it out. If it's in between, throw the football away, save the time, get the kickoff, and then reconvene for an onside.
Yeah, what's interesting about this now from a defensive perspective, if you're Terrell Austin, you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, the middle of the field has been open for Baltimore, whether it be by Huntley breaking the pocket and running. You've seen their wide receivers be able to work those intermediate areas. Is it now start time to speed this thing up and start bringing some pressure? See if you can force a turnover, get a sack, put this game away.
3 receivers, punch to the left. Huntley running out of time, and now will fall down, takes a sack back at the 24. Marcus Golden jumped on him. It's 4th down, and the clock winding. They will try to rush the field goal team out there and take the 3 as you suggested. Steelers trying to get their guys on the field here. And this is a 36-yarder for Tucker. A whistle before the snap. Pittsburgh taking a timeout. In the meantime, that sack crucial because it took a lot of time off the clock. Even if you make the field goal and recover the onside kick, you're thinking Hail Mary now.
Yeah, and that's why, being in those situations is such a big deal for young quarterbacks, and to know what you can't do. And I understand that Huntley's trying to go make a play, but unless it's clear that you can go get that first down, a throwaway and at least giving yourself a chance. It's great rush by Pittsburgh.
That's a heck of a power rush.
It's great rush by Pittsburgh. Obviously, the field conditions don't do him any favor, and Mike Tomlin knows they're close.
That's the depth. The depth at the outside linebacker position coming into play. No T.J. Watt. Marcus Golden steps in.
That guy can coach.
Give him credit, man.
He can coach.
And for a bunch of middle linebackers, inside guys that are not stars, but stepping up, sharing the role. There are 4 guys kind of sharing the inside linebacker position today. So this to make it a 7-point game. And Tucker will step up and try to create some magic on the onside kick. Well, the Steelers, we saw some urgency. We saw them struggle for a long time on offense today. But then, boom, that one play to Deontay Johnson. The defense had given him a little bit of a spark with the pass rush, and that's going to be the difference.
What did John Harbaugh tell us yesterday? He goes, look, I know how Mike likes to play. I know how he sets these things up. Keep it close, keep it close, keep it close, hit a big play. An explosive play, break the game open, and then what do you say? Then close it out with your pass rushers. See if they can He's almost forecasted exactly how this game is going.
Against him,
yeah, I think he knows it, huh?
But this is why you get nervous with these 10-point leads late, because field conditions, onside kick.
Yeah, he's almost automatic as a field goal kicker, but when it comes to onside kicks, Justin Tucker in his long career is just 1 for 15. Team getting the recovery. That was a couple years ago in Cleveland.
We found his weakness.
Kind of pirouette and change positions. Steelers hands team. The bunts along the ground, and on a slippery day, it's going to be recovered by Pittsburgh, and they're going to get a hard-fought road victory against the Ravens and improve the chances of getting into the playoffs with just a little bit of help tomorrow. Connor Hayward fell on the football. So a 10-point fourth quarter from the Steelers. Going to get the job done.
Think about the coaching job that Mike Tomlin and this Steelers staff has done. 3 straight losses really to start the month of December. And they find a way to make the quarterback change, win 3 in a row, 2 against division rivals, and they at least have given themselves a shot.
How about 20 straight seasons finishing 500 or better as an organization? Mike's been here for 17 of them. I mean, that's incredible.
How about a 10th time winning double-digit games as they get to 10-7? Also impressive. Continue to dominate this rivalry recently. It's going to be 7 of the last 8. All of them, as it turns out, within a touchdown or fewer, as they got to a 7-point margin with the late field goal.
Najee Harris, 26 carries, 112 yards, a touchdown. Mason Rudolph goes in these conditions, 18 of 20 for 152 yards and a touchdown. Hasn't given the ball away since he became their starting quarterback.
3 games, no interceptions.
This game very different from the first 2 when they were lighting up the scoreboard. It was difficult. It was always going to be difficult in these conditions in Baltimore, but Rudolph